soon, this will be my standard binder. This got a freaking Growlithe. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the card table, where today we're going to be talking about Gear Chronicle. Just kidding. Gear Chronicle sleeves on the XL deck, because Gear Chronicle is going to be XL, but then it was going to be Protect, and then it was going to be Force, and I don't care, Gear Chronicle's coming back. Anyways, we're going to be doing another deck profile today. Actually toying around with a couple things, thinking about doing like a weekly, not quite podcast, but like mini, week review of the latest things with Japan, and like maybe a deck profile, or something based on my games, whatever. But until then, let's get on with the show. Today, of course, we are talking about Prehistoric Gear Chronicle, also known as Dino Boys. They're dinosaurs with lasers that came to the future to survive, so I'm calling it Gear Chronicle. Prehistoric Gear Chronicle. Anyways, this is an XL deck, like I already explained. Getting plenty of extra circles, which is cool because you get a lot of interesting attack orders in this deck. But let's get on to the show. Of course, the starter is the only starter that they can run. 4 Gigarex. It's your main grid 3 of the deck. Of course, you're going to max it out. He has a couple of interesting skills. Basically, he gets pretty big based on the number of cards you have on field, which XL you'll be getting larger and larger. You never need to boost him. Should be a swing. I average about like 30, 40 plus, so it's not bad. He also has a burn effect. You almost never use it. But the important thing is that he just like starts up all of your gauge things, which that's what that kind of does. It builds up equip gauge and does cool things with it. Which is exclusive to Tachikaze. I'll explain that eventually. 3 Dino Mans. 1 ordinary Dino Mans. I like this Dino Mans. Tyrant is kind of your retire engine of the deck. Not too often that actually comes up, but on swing, he does pop one of your dudes, which procs all your effects, and pops one of their dudes, which helps you retire, which is nice. Yeah, that's where I'm not bowling. Yeah, and then he gets freaking swole. Plus 10 for each equip gauge on the card you retired. What helps out with more of the equip gauge is the King of Savageness. He also has an XL gift, which, if you have to ride him, I guess is kind of nice. You should almost never be riding him. Like, you're always going to be on 1 Rexes. Preferably Gigarex. But if you're on Death Rex, it's not too bad. Like I said, you can still devour something and get plus 10 for each card on your gauge, which is kind of big. But Gigarex just, like, helps you spread all of your gauge around, which is super important for half these cards. Speaking of gauge things, his effect basically says that when he attacks, he can move all the gauge from one card onto himself, and he gets plus 5 for every card on that gauge. I mean, for every gauge on him. So he gets huge. I mean, you can already see, like, one thing that you can do would be, like, just suck everything up onto him. Suck everything up onto him, attack giant number, then retire that with this effect, swing another giant number. So it's really helpful. A lot of times you're going to be eating up your triggers and stuff from gauge, so you can't rely on that. But it kind of compensates for the fact that this deck swings huge for no freaking reason. Kind of your last big swing, I think, is probably your 4 Dino Mans. These are all Dino Mans. Mega Rex. On attack, you retire a guy, draw a card, nice built-in draw engine. And then, if you want, you can counterblast, give him even more gauge. He gets plus 5 for each gauge on him, just like the Savage King you just saw. So, another big swinger. Half these cards honestly don't have to go on XL circles to hit numbers, which is great. Going on to some stuff you want to retire. You got this kid, Dino Man Jr., Triceratops Man. This deck is also Alzoids. Real simple skill when he dies, counterblast 1, grab 2 equip gauge from under him and add them to your hand. This is really cool. This is going to be obviously a main retire effect. If your opponent is not aware of how the deck plays that way, they might attack him, which is awesome because then you just counterblast and add 2 cards to your hand. Literally, oh hey, let's look at a card we just looked at. Mega Rex. He retires a card to let you draw a card. He retires to let you draw 2 cards. You just retired a card for free, counterblasted 1, and drew 3 cards. Neat! Synergy. Yeah, you just build huge freaking numbers with your dudes and retire your other dudes to have them. Now, it's important he has to stay from rear guard, so you can't use them to intercept for that effect. That said, once again, it really depends on if your opponent knows what they're doing, because a lot of times you'll get free cards off it. Also, that said, a lot of times you put it in the front, your opponent will know it's there, so they'll avoid attacking it, which means more damage on your Vanguard, which means more counterblast, which means more things that you want to guard against. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, but it's also a huge damage sponge. Very nice card. Final grade 2, this is my super secret not tech. The 8K grade 2 Dino Man. I swear I'm going to say their names eventually. They're all Dino Mans. He's really nice. Counterblast 1 retire guy. All copies of him gain plus 10 to end of turn. Him being an 8K means that plus 10 is going to make him an 18 right off the bat. Make you hit force numbers. The fact that it retires a card means that if your opponent's not helping you retire stuff, you could just go ahead and retire it yourself. So just get off. And yeah, put him on an Axle Circle. 28 for no reason. Really good. He helps you hit those force numbers. Has helped me out a little bit. And yeah, I'm seeing there's like a lot of use out of these common 8Ks. Like I might do a video on that later. Well, so I know I don't want to say all, but like Grabble has a really good one. This one just explains what else have I run in the past. I forgot, but I'm already remembering. Oh, the Megalony one. Spoilers for my profile when I make it. But yeah, I might have a video on that in the future. Let me know below. I'll post it anyways, but I don't care. Let me know. I like interaction. Moving on to grade 1s. For this kid, it's kind of like a grade 1 version of the Triceratops. Place, give him a gauge from top of your deck, and then when he dies, you can grab a gauge from out of your soul. Out of him. Gauge is kind of like having a soul for each card, basically. But, yeah, once again, comes off really well off your retire effects. Huge damage sponge if you're placed in the front, then your opponent's just like, I don't want you to have this card. If you guys did not know, the gauge is a blind soul charge most of the time, so your opponent will not know about it. It becomes never public knowledge, however you can look once it's underneath your card. So, place, oh hey, top card goes under here. No one knows about this mystery card. Oh wait. Oh, of course, another laser tracks. Now I know I want this card. At the hand. So yeah, Gauge is really cool because of that. Because, I'll do a video on Gauge combos later. But, essentially it's a blind soul charge, which may give you add effects. So you don't want to do it all the time, you'll deck out super fast, but you do want to do it some of the time. It's hard to find. This deck has really weird playstyle. I'll do another video later, like I said, on how the combos work in this deck, because the attack works really weird. Moving on. Another grade 1, of course. Got the Shiny Dino Man. Headbutt Dino Man, Sock Nova. So when it boosts, give the card in front of it a gauge, nice. And when it hits, or when it boosts, I'd shout out to someone that I will not shout out to. But I did not notice this at first has Vanguard or Rearguard skills, so they can do it turn 1. When this attack hits, or when he boost hits, you could retire one of you guys to draw a card. Once again, helps you queue off your dudes if your opponent's not doing that. And, like, what's really cool is you could early game this card. Like, ride this, call a bunch of these kids. All of a sudden, he'll get a gauge. You attack for this one first, attack with this one, boom, it hits somehow. Retire this, Soul Blast 1, add a card to hand, draw a card off this, and draft check. That's 3 cards drawn right there. So, really good card. It's not going to go off all the time, but it does help you get your engines going, so that's nice. 2 perfect guards. I don't know if you got this in my last video. I like doing a mix of both normal and draw perfect cards, depending on the deck. This one, like I said, with all the gauging that you do, you're not necessarily going to hit all your triggers, so you might as well just run 7Ks. That's really all it came to. Like, the triggers are kind of weird, so you don't really need to rely on the draw perfects, if that makes sense. Final grade 1, Skip Hero. He actually said the name. Was retired during your turn, counterblast 1, add him back to your hands. This is kind of a filler cards. You can run the 9K with 0 defense. I don't like those too much, even though it hit force numbers. You can run the promo Beam Terror, I think the name is. That was retire you plus 3s, couple of your cards, which helps you with numbers. So you have personal preference there. I just like this because it gives you some shield value back off it. And combo extenders are always nice. Moving on to triggers. Got 4 crits. And savage crits. You got 3 more crits. It's a Zord Man. 2 draws. Perfect, like I just said. You don't want to run too many draws because you will overextend and deck yourself out in like 5 seconds. And 3 front triggers. The reason I'm doing it this way, I'll explain it later in the other video. Matt kind of explains the playstyle, but a lot of the time your attack order is not going to matter. Like, you might do half your Rearguards, then Vanguard, then swing with 2 other Rearguards or something like that, or just save your Vanguard for last. So the front plus 10 to everything doesn't really matter too much. It's all more about using your card effects themselves to get huge numbers. And finally, 4 heals. Look at them go. Base Savage. So that's a real quick overview. Like I said, I will have another video up probably next week's video or in a couple days. So look forward to that. Kind of how the playstyle works. Like I said, it's not a hard deck to play as much as it requires game knowledge and skill. I don't know, it's hard to phrase without saying that you have to be good at this game to play Tachikaze. But I just like it. It's a very fun deck. And yeah, Prehistoric Gear Chronicle, closest I could play until January. I can't wait for that set to come out. Anyways, like I said before, let me go in the comments below what you guys think about this deck. If you're a Tachi player, shout out. And hopefully I should have a new format for card table soon that's more of kind of loggy podcast kind of thing that has like weekly news, deck uploads, info on different games, all that kind of stuff. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to smash that button, any button. Smash a button in general. I want to see buttons clicked. Until next time, always embrace the infinites. My chair squeaky. Squeaky, squeak, squeak. Oh yeah, also I got this Pale Moon box just next. It's pretty cool. Pale Moon Girls, Best Girls. Bye-bye!